Crystal Clearwater versus the Annoying Algae is the first segment of the 30th episode of the second season of Mickey Mouse Funhouse. And personally, I didn't care for it very much, but I think it does deliver a really important message, a couple of good messages actually, because the gang need to go to Big Fish Swamp because the weasels have a surprise. They have something exciting to show them. And unfortunately, this exciting thing is algae that they've introduced to the water, and it's turning everything pink. And I will say, visually, it's quite delightful. The animation for it is really appealing. It's very eye-catching. Of course, the weasels thought the same thing too. That's why they called Mickey and the others for this surprise. But unfortunately, it's growing on everything. It's affecting everything. And they have to call upon the help of the brilliantly named Crystal Clearwater to teach them about the importance of not introducing plants into an area where they're not meant to be. And I think that that's a really brilliant lesson. I think it's something that might not be obvious to young children, that you can't just take a plant and put it in an environment where it's not meant to be, not just because it won't grow there, but also because it can significantly harm the plants and animals that are there. So a really great message, very well delivered. And there's also something in this that I really liked, because at the end of the episode, and this is of course a spoiler for something that happens, Crystal Clearwater tells the weasels that they are in charge of looking after the water. She makes them a special team. So instead of giving them into trouble and making them feel bad for what they did, she turns it around and lets them be in charge of things and take responsibility for looking after the water. And I think this is definitely something that works well with a lot of young children. If you ask them to do something, they might not want to do it. But if you make it seem like they're in charge of this important task, like they have an important job to do and only they can do it because they're the chosen one, it can make things a little bit easier to persuade them to actually do it. And this is what we have with the weasels. So I thought that was a pretty nice thing to include as well. It's a good episode in general. As I said, it's not a personal favourite, but I can't really fault it. I thought Crystal Clearwater versus the Annoying Algae was still pretty good, and with some really good messages in it as well.